Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 20 of Civilization 5 as Rome. I'm gearing up to go to war with Brazil. I've got this little plan, this little idea that maybe they have the weakest army, and with them being one of the strongest civilizations in the game at the moment, maybe taking them out first, or at least taking their capital, is going to be a good idea for us. I'm hoping that they can't really defend it. We will of course need to be very careful on how we try to get our army over there. I'd also like to try and get him at war with somebody else first. If we can get him to move all of his units away from us and attack somebody else, that's going to make it easier for me to take his stuff from him. In fact, I could actually consider getting him to do that right now and making sure that he really starts moving some of his units towards the enemy. So how about we see if we can get you to declare war on somebody? What about Siam? You'd actually do that. Now, you want a lot of stuff to do it, which is quite expensive. You're definitely going to want more than 15 gold per turn. You're probably going to want more than about 20, aren't you? Yeah, you're not willing to do that. Okay, what about somebody else? There must be somebody that you'd be willing to do it for, probably a little bit cheaper. You're already at war with Morocco. Would you be willing to go to war with Japan? Yes, for a similar amount of thing. These are all worth 9, so we're looking at 9, 18, 27. If I was to give you 27 gold per turn, although sooner you go to, if that was the case, I'd sooner you go to war with Ram. How about I do that, give you the iron, and give you the horses as well? Brilliant. Okay, so it's cost us a fair bit of gold per turn. We are still making money, though. He's now at war with Ram. Can we get him to go to war with Japan as well? Trade. Declare war on Japan. He's actually willing to do it. Now, it's going to cost us a similar amount of money. Don't really want to have to give him my coal. How about we give you 20 gold?
No.
21. Oops.
No.
Now, I appreciate that I'm losing a lot of money here.
No.
But it'll be worth it, trust me.
No.
Bear in mind, these deals are only valid until I declare war on him. The moment that I declare war on him, these deals break. Well, we don't want world religion, do we? So let's go ahead and do that. Antium has grown. You are working that tile. Not necessarily the best tile to work. Be nice to get a little bit more. Well, no, production is good, but we can get 3 food and 1 production. Although we are now sort of struggling with gold. 10 turns till growth, 10 turns till growth, but I guess we are working that one then. Looks like we have somewhere we can disembark. Not much place we can disembark, but we can disembark nonetheless. So he's at war with 2 people now, which is very, very useful. What we can do is we can start moving a few units into the range of Belo Horizonte, and that means they'll get 3 shots at it nice and easily. We're also going to want to make sure that we have a melee unit that will be able to move in and try and take it, so we'll try and do it with our musketman. He does have cover too, so he should be fine for that. Not going to attack right away. I want to give him a few more turns to try and give him a few more turns just to get his units away. As you can see, he's now moving away with this Gatling gun, which means Belo Horizonte is going to be far easier to take out from underneath him. And we'll have to consider moving some... Oh, wow. World religion, Catholicism passes. That is a little bit crap. Guess the mayor in England had a lot of stuff. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Cultural heritage site passes as well. Very annoying. So, let's continue going around here. Right, that is not a hill. So, you will be able to reach from there. You can set up. You can move to there. You can set up. You can move to here, because you are going to get... become a rifleman in a few turns. So you're just going to go on alert. You're just going to go on alert. Hopefully you won't get suspicious. I don't have that many units near his border. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe not. I'll have to wait and see how it ends up. Okay, so this is a historical deal. Would you be willing to give me closer to what it's actually worth? No, you wouldn't. Gives me 6 though. I think it's a little bit better than it was. I also need to make sure to remember to move this great general into the range of these 2 artillery before we start firing, because then we'll do a little bit more damage. Would be nice to get rifling first. Maybe we will wait for that while we carry on just exploring the outskirts here. We are coming up to Morocco's territory though. Karakorum has grown in population. Very good. That is a terrible tile to work. Why don't you go and work the public school? Unit needing orders. We have a cargo ship. You were going previously to Kyoto. You can carry on with that. We won't be going to war with Japan just yet. You have set up. You can go on to alert. And if we actually just move our general over here, he's now within range of those 2, so that is fine. So we'll just go ahead and put you to sleep. On to the next turn. So we'll just wait for rifling. We can go ahead and upgrade this guy to from a musketman to a rifleman. And of course this is giving Brazil a little bit more time to move their units away from their homeland to actually go and attack a few other people. Maybe we could even bribe Morocco, although Morocco's at the bottom of the scoreboard, so I'm not necessarily convinced that Morocco would be able to do anything significantly useful. We could see if he'd be willing to declare war on Brazil. And they're already at war. Oh, there we go then. Brazil's at... Well, of course they are, because we bribed war to go to war... Bribed Brazil to go to war with Morocco. So, Brazil's actually involved in 3 wars at the moment. They're at war with Japan, who's quite far away, but they are big. They are at war, and Japan tends to have quite a lot of, you know, boats in the ocean. And they're also at war with Morocco, and they are at war with Siam as well. So it does look like this landmass over here is bigger than I thought it was, which is fine. Ah, I've also forgotten about those spies that I need to move. Leventa has just been liberated by Brazil. Pedro is plotting against me. Well, that is going to... he's going to get backstabbed before he backstabs... He's going to get backstabbed before he can backstab me, I think is what I was trying to say there. Mincing on my words. Ah, found a natural wonder. So we can have a little bit of a look. We can get around on this side now, see what we can find. So those spies... 85% chance of a coup in Antananarivo. Let's go for it. Success. Okay. So we want to move you to Rio de Janeiro. Did I just click diplomat? We want to move you to Rio de Janeiro as a spy. There we go. You can probably stay there. 61% chance is a little bit low for my liking. You've done that farm. I guess we'll just build mines and stuff wherever we can then, really. Now then, still waiting. We're still waiting until we get this, our rifleman. Would be nice if we get that coal eventually. You want open borders. We don't need that at all. Now the question is, do we try and take these cities out along the way? We could potentially wipe Brazil off the map. If we wipe Brazil off the map, then we don't ever have to worry about their culture ever being a problem. So, oh, there we go. We're actually allied with a fair few city-states now. We've discovered rifling. Hopefully I've got enough money in the bank to upgrade you. And we do have. And I do have a unit over here now. They've actually got a Lancer. He shouldn't be able to do too much damage, though. Looks like he's coming back with this Gatling gun as well. We are going to declare war against Brazil on the next turn. This cargo ship is going to continue to Palenque. Hopefully should be safe going out in that direction. Right, on to the next turn. So, when the next turn starts, and it hasn't yet, because obviously there's something I've forgotten to move. We wanted to have a little bit of a look around here and see what we can see. When the next turn starts, we will go to war. I was hoping that my scout would have discovered a little bit more stuff before we did that. But bear in mind we've actually got a Moroccan city in between us here, so at least we are offered a little bit of... Oh, you don't like that we've become friendly with a city-state. Well, that's a shame. I don't care. So we've got to be careful here, because Levanta is technically Brazilian territory. We could always get open borders with Morocco if we needed to safely move our scout out of the way, so that's fine. So let's just continue to move said scout out of the way. Let's get him as far away from Brazil as possible. Maybe we'll even move him through Marrakesh. We've got ourselves another frigate, which is fantastic. And I think we've even got some movement on him. Yes, we have. So let's get him out here. So, units needing orders. We've got a rifleman. He's in the city. I think now is a good time to go to war. So, what will we lose here? They do have a couple of allied city-states. We'll lose dies, and they're going to lose a lot of gold per turn. Now, we do have a trade route with them, but it's not terribly important. We're going to go ahead and declare this war. So, we've got these guys already in position. So, before we even start, we get 2 free shots on the city. Now, I think what we're also going to do is use our frigate to try and sink this this Gatling gun before it has a chance to land. And I'm just going to back up slightly with the rifleman, just so that he can't attack me with it. He may come out with the Lancer. That's perfectly a perfectly reasonable response. So we're just going to make sure that we keep these Gatling guns around, just so we can do some damage if we need to. So you're going to stay there. He probably won't bother coming out with the Lancer, in all fairness, but we're giving him that option. You finish the mine, so that is just going to be a very crappy farm. Would you be willing to give me a reasonable amount of gold for the ivory now? Is that my last ivory? No, I do have a spare one. Japan really doesn't like me for some reason. You're quite lucky, Japan. I could quite easily just be coming after you at the moment. But no, I've decided to attack Brazil. Decided to attack the player with the highest score. But I also think he's the weakest. Is he leaving the city? I honestly thought there he was going to try and embark. I mean, he still might. Maybe he's just trying to run away. Maybe the AI is smart and he's just cutting his losses with this city. Gold per turn. Wow, that's a lot of deals ended. Ivory to Ram. Ivory for copper from Ram. Ivory to Morocco. Ram is at war, though. It's quite possible that he's lost some stuff. You do have spare copper. I have ivory. They are willing to do that. Morocco. What do you have? You want ivory... You could give me money for it. He's not willing to give me a lot, is he? Does anyone else want ivory? No. So if I can't get you to buy it, I can't get anyone to buy it. We're back to making 90 gold a turn, though, so that's fine. We would like to do as much scouting around here as possible. May have to get open borders with Morocco and sort of come and have a look in this direction. Rio might not be too bad to get. It would be nice to know if they have... gunpowder, which will be great if we can actually steal from them. If we get to steal from them, we'll know for definite whether or not they have they have gunpowder. So we'll do as much damage as we can over here. I'm actually going to use these ships to attack this Lancer. I don't need to rush the city down at the moment, so I might as well just keep my ships out of the range of the city, keep them safe, and just use them to attack his land units. I think that's reasonable. Now, am I going to keep this city, or am I going to get rid of it? I've got a feeling that I'm going to... keep it, possibly. And the reason I say that is because it's a coastal city and I do want to produce some ships. It's not a great city, I'll admit, but I think we can afford to take it on. I don't think it's going to be too problematic. So the barbarians get their turn. We are going to need to start moving in. We are going to try and finish off that Lancer if we can. There we go, he has no defending units. Let's just sort out a policy. Extra happiness would be useful. Gold from science buildings would also be useful. So which do we want to go for? Gold from science buildings. We also get... Exploration is going to be quite good for us. There's a lot of water on this map. Great Admiral, more naval movement. Great Admirals earn faster. Gold from sea trade routes. Exploration is going to be quite good for us, actually. But we do have a fair few science buildings. 91 gold goes up to 111 gold. So 20 extra gold per turn. Which is very, very good. Do as much damage as we can. We'll definitely have this city on the next turn. What have we got? Beshbalik has grown. You're working that tile. 2 food, 1 production. You're working pretty much all of the good tiles that you can be working. So I guess, yeah, the wine is probably a good one for you to work on. Karakorum has finished its seaport. And build a hydro plant here. You've actually got quite a few river tiles. The city would count as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have the aluminium though. Or do we? No, we do have some aluminium from somewhere. So we could get a hydro plant here. The question is, could we also get one in Rome? Because if we can build one in Rome, Rome does have a river. If we build the hydro plant in Rome first, then it will build faster everywhere else. It makes much more sense. So we won't build the hydro plant here. Certainly not just yet anyway. Let's go ahead and get a Colosseum queued up and an aqueduct. And then probably an opera house. The reason I'm going for a few happiness buildings is we are about to start taking cities. So it makes sense to have a little bit of extra happiness. You guys, actually, I think we can just start moving you out now. We can go and start having a look and see if Brazil have any units out here that we need to deal with. I think we're going to be okay generally. Do need to get a privateer or 2 as well. Let's go on to the next turn. Right, let's see if we can get open borders with Marrakesh. So we would like you to open your borders. And I will give you a very generous 1 gold per turn. 2 gold per turn. Wow, 3 gold per turn. Are you not willing? Well, you will actually do it. Okay, let's do mutual open borders. You don't want the iron. Come on. Don't be tight. Fine. Wow, 10 gold per turn. That is... Okay, you can have... We've got the iron. Why not? Let's stop messing around. Got plenty of iron. Well, we haven't got plenty of iron now, but we're not really using it, so it doesn't matter. So, we can sort of nip through here. Right, we can see Pedro's borders now. We're going to nip around on this side. I'm also just trying to keep my eye open, seeing if he's got any... well... We can't tell whether he's got gunpowder. What is he actually doing? He's working on caravans right now. And he's default focused. So you can see he's working all of his culture buildings. It's basically what Pedro does. He's got so much nice stuff in there. Doesn't look like he's actually got gunpowder at the moment. He certainly hasn't upgraded that cannon. But that's fine. I mean, it gives me time to move into position. Now, we knew that he was going to take some damage. That's fine. He's got cover 2. He's not going to go down to that. So we need to make sure the path is clear, basically. This is what we're trying to do here. I don't think... Brazil might lose his army to the AI, but I don't think that he's going to lose his capital. So we should be okay with that. So let's go ahead and take a shot over here. We only need the 1 shot. You guys can move in, and we have a free city. There we go. We want to create a puppet for now. We made some money there as well. So you're just going to go and heal up. Choose a production. We have finished our zoo over in Kume. What do we want to do over here? What do we want to get now? Well, we're definitely going to need some money, I suppose. Let's just build a... Actually, no. Let's go ahead and grab an artillery first, and then we'll queue up a bank. Get 1 more artillery in. You guys are in Brazilian territory now, which is a little bit silly. I could steal so many workers on this next turn. I could literally go and steal 3 Brazilian workers. Well, we'll leave you there. You should be safe. At least I hope you're going to be safe. You finished that farm. We're pretty much done with upgrading stuff now. We have upgraded most of what we can. Do we have a camp on that bison? No, we don't. Let's get over there and make sure we get that sorted out then. We will need to connect Belo Horizonte up to the road network. That's not going to be a big problem. We can do that. Do we really want to go and grab anything else over here? I guess we could get another couple of mines. Having a lot of production around the capital is always useful. So we'll get one more mine. We'll come up. We'll do the roads. We can see we've already got a unit or 2 moving in. So let's go and make sure that we get them down. And obviously what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to embark some of our units and actually get them across so that we can attack with them. I think we're relatively safe on our own island now, so we're going to be taking most of these Gatling guns. We will leave 1 or 2 behind just for defensive purposes. We'll start moving a few forwards. It may even be worth grabbing and keeping one of these cities down here. I mean, they're a little bit crappy, but maybe grabbing one wouldn't be a terrible idea, just so we could produce units a bit closer to the front line, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I might just raise them just to really slow them down. That might be the plan here. Not too sure as of yet, but let's make sure we get everybody in the water. The 3 privateers, sorry, the 3 frigates should be enough. We will start producing some more as soon as we can. So you can miss that turn. I think that is more than reasonable. We'll do one more turn and then we will have to end the video there. But so far, and I say only so far, I'm not so far regretting my decision to go to war with Brazil. Being denounced by England, so this is where it becomes problematic. Because the AI does have a tendency to start dogpiling on you. I think I definitely need to concentrate on getting a few more military units out. Because having a stronger military will make the AI less likely to attack me. Especially if I start losing units in the Brazilian war. So, we've done archaeology. Apparently we've got quite a few antiquities sites around. So we will need to get some archaeologists out. We can manage that. What else have we got? Kume has grown. You're working a full production tile. I'm actually down with that, so go for it. What else do we have? We have a... Oh, our rifleman gets a promotion. Let's go ahead and give him shock 2. We do need him to heal up, though. What else do we have? Yeah, we don't really want to steal those workers. We're just trying to actually have a look around and see what we can see. Bratislava, found another city-state. That's got to be most of them now, surely. You're going to stay there. Right, how far can this great general move? You can move up to there. Gatling gun is going to move with you. Gatling gun can't move on top of the great general. That's weird. I guess the great general counts as an embarked unit. They're all the same when they're embarked. Okay, it's probably the artillery that I want to protect more than anything here, but I think it's going to be fine. So we're just scouting around, making sure they haven't got any naval units coming our way. Seems good so far. The other artillery, of course, you're going to need to embark and get out there. You're pretty useless. We can upgrade you to a Lancer. Still pretty terrible, but we'll do it anyway. It makes us a little bit stronger. Where else could we actually queue up the production of some units? Let's maybe get a rifleman after the artillery. We're also going to want some archaeologists as well pretty soon. So you should be fine there. Let's put you on alert mode. We have a musician, so go ahead and create great work. Gives us a little bit more culture and a bit more tourism. I did say that was going to be the last turn, but go on, we'll do one more. No one wants to leave a war in the middle of a war, so... We're certainly not going to get it concluded this video. I've got a feeling this war might go on for quite some time, but it should certainly be interesting. Hopefully he is sufficiently weakened and distracted by everyone else that he may be at war with. We do certainly need to get our ideology pretty soon as well, although you don't need one to win. Antium has grown. And I guess that's a fairly reasonable tile. We don't need any more workboats out there just yet. You're still working on a public school. I think after that public school, you are probably going to want to work on... We could actually build the Louvre if we wanted to. I suppose nobody's started building that yet. You are then going to work on getting us maybe a privateer. We don't have a privateer out yet. Now, in Rome, we're working on the Hydra plant. After the Hydra plant, why don't you start working on the Louvre? 15 turns, it might be doable. We'll give it a go. And you are just going to continue around here. It might be risky. We'll probably run into some Brazilian units. So let's just have a little bit of a scout down here. We don't see any Brazilian units on the way. So I think we're just going to try and take out their... I think we're going to try and take those cities out on the way over. We might be able to do it with our frigates. We're definitely going to need a privateer though, because we need a melee unit in order to be able to even attempt to try and take it out. So let's start getting some units embarked. We might need to take that that guy over there. You're going to go ahead and build a mine. You can move one more tile. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've got many units around, so we should be good. And I think you can just go on to alert. Still got something else I can move, apparently. Got that Lancer. You might actually be useful. As terrible as Lancers are, if he's got the Great Wall and he hasn't got dynamite yet, something with high movement will help negate the penalty. Let's just have a quick look in there at the moment. He's still got just cannons. What do you actually get after dynamite? Railroad. Right, dynamite is required for railroad. So, if he's building any railroads, Neuschwanstein or the Kremlin, then we'd know that he would have to have dynamite. Can't see any railroads. He's definitely not building Neuschwanstein or the Kremlin. So it's really difficult to tell. But I guess we'll have to find out in another video, because that's all I have time for. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5 as Rome. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye for now.